Heidi ho, my peeps. I wanted to start this video, which is actually a compilation of stuff I've been doing for the past week, with what I'm doing today. So today is all about getting my guest room in order. Fresh sheets on the bed and a bedspread. Need to get over there and get all of that vacuumed and dusted. I have vacuumed the carpet once, but I keep getting dust starting everywhere. I need to clear off the top of this dresser. Right now I'm working on this little vanity table. I'm gonna back this out. There we go. I have vacuumed all up in here, but now I need to clean the surfaces. I've been using up this Pledge multi-surface cleaner I bought, I think probably back during the pandemic. And so I've got a bit left. I'm going to clean it. There are the leaves to my mother's table, which I plan on bringing back home as soon as I've got a place for it. I need to really vacuum those flowers there. But this is what we're looking like, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. You know, this entire space had been full of stuff. You couldn't even walk between the sofa and the desk. But slowly but surely, I'm getting this stuff done. I think in a previous video, I mentioned my mom's snowflake obsidian. And here it is, sitting on my bookshelf. Isn't that beautiful stuff? I just think it's so pretty. Grandma's owl collection. Some more up there. Just all kinds of interesting things in and among my beloved possessions that are worth absolutely nothing to anybody but me. So anyhow, yeah, that's a family portrait from years ago. See if it comes in at all. No, we're not gonna maybe we'll get it on this. Nope. Anyhow, my brother and sister and I got our kids and our dogs and cats together, and we took that photo for my parents for I think it was their 50th anniversary. All right. So, this cleaning has been revealing, because it's revealed all sorts of things I'd forgotten that I owned, including some embroidered panels. They're Chinese panels. Two of them my mom got back in 1971. We had a friend who owned a big grocery store chain in town, and she often went to San Francisco to buy stuff for Christmas and so forth. And this family was a Chinese family. My mom's friend's name was Jane Gong. Well, Jane was going to buy Christmas gifts in San Francisco. My mom wanted to go, but she couldn't. So she asked Jane if she would please keep her eye out for a couple of the embroidered bird panels that were a thing, I guess, way back then. Maybe they still are, I don't know. But my mom was just entranced by these embroidered bird panels that she'd seen at Jane's house. So Jane did that. When she was shopping, she found these panels. I'm going to insert photos of the panels here. So she brought them back. Mom had them framed, and they hung in her living room for 43 years, the entire time that they owned that property. And so I've had them wrapped up here for, you know, last close to 10 years, I guess. And so now it's time to bring them out. I have to replace the glass on the front and get them hung up somewhere so I can enjoy them for the rest of my life. I also found a couple back in the early 1980s. I found 3 embroidered bird panels, not nearly as large or elaborate, but I'd found them at Cost Plus Imports here in our Central Valley area. And I bought them, didn't do anything with them for forever. But then back around the pandemic, I decided to frame them. And I framed them in an odd way. They are tacked to wooden barn lumber that had come out of my parents' backyard. My dad loved to build stuff with barn lumber. Oh my God. We had outbuildings and fences and little gates that went to nowhere that Dad built out of barn lumber. He'd apparently, right after we moved in, he'd bought a bunch of lumber from a barn that had been falling down and used it over the course of the next 30 years. Anyway, so I happen to have a little bit of that left. So that's what I framed them on, and I'm going to show you a close-up photo of those here. So, those popped up out of nowhere. So anyway, that's what I'm going to finish doing today. And so now I'm going to insert some video of what I did all during the past 6 or 7 days. And enjoy that. I'll talk to you later. I'm taking a few hours, probably not minutes or moments, out of working outside on the trailer because, as you can see, we haven't touched our home in months and months and months. It is just grungy, gross, and dirty. Grant, bless his heart, is over there cleaning up his own rat's nests. He's ahead of me. I've got my rat's nest down there that has to be taken care of, plus all this junk that's, you know, my stuff. Ceilings. Oh, the bane of my existence. I think this thing's been vacuumed more than twice since I lived here. It is now Friday, and I am getting back to cleaning. I tuckered out last night. I've got my my protein coffee right there, and my little lavender eye pillow just in case I need to close my eyes. And now I'm getting over here to vacuuming. I've moved some stuff. I've started to vacuum back there. Once I vacuum, then I'm going to come back with some of that watered down Amaze cleaner and amazingly clean my Satiron collection and everything else. And, you know, I'm thinking about taking this whole television DVD player assembly down because, I gotta sit for a second, because, whoa, sorry, see if I can make this better. No, that's better. Okay, because, I don't know, it's been several years, the pandemic or before, since we've actually used this TV, so, you know, why? And same is true for that. Now what I might do is move all this stuff into the guest room so that should somebody decide they want to watch something on DVD, they can. We don't get reception here. We don't get, well, hey there, Otter. We don't get cable, and we don't get, obviously, broadcasting, because hardly anybody uses that anymore. Now we do have Wi-Fi, but I've never used it. Hey, look at this neat thing. This is a piece of obsidian. Boy, is this neat. You can see how glassy it is right there. That is cool. That thing's huge. Look at my hand. I wish my mom were here to see this. She would just wax poetic about the obsidian. Anyhow, I believe my son brought this to me, and not my geologist son, but the other one brought it to me. He's always coming across very cool and unusual things. So anyhow, vacuuming and dusting and cleaning glass and washing stuff in this corner is today's project, and it's going to take me all day. So I thought I'd take a few minutes out of my cleaning in the other room to arrange some dried lavender in this candle holder thing. Of course, you don't want candles in here, you'll burn the whole damn house down. But I've got this from my grandparents years ago. It was in a box of junk they were giving away, and I just love it. So I thought I would go ahead and take some of my dried lavender that I've made over the past couple of years and turn this into a pretty display that smells wonderful to go on top of my pumpkin. Okay, I'm making slow progress here. I did get that all wiped up and cleaned up using my Amaze, watered down 3 to 1. Boy, I love this stuff. I feel like I better go get some more while I still can get it at Dollar Tree at a reasonable rate. I mean, who knows how much longer any of this is going to still be available. I don't know. It's also up in the air. Anyway, so you might ask, let's back this up. Yeah. You might ask why I am spending all of this time and energy working on the small part of my house that needs to be vacuumed and to be washed and to be dried off and maybe even polished if I've got a mind to. And the reason is simple. This area of my home surrounding my fireplace is without a doubt the dustiest, least taken care of spot in my home. I think I only wash this down once a year, maybe, before the holidays get here. Not because I ever have anybody at my holidays, but rather because I gotta sit for a second. In fact, I'm going to turn this around. Okay, so I clean it once a year in fall, usually in September. Again, not because I expect I'm going to have any holiday parties. I used to occasionally, but I don't expect that. At least not this year. Anyhow, so why? I mean, because this will be a 2-hour job for me because I move slow. Yeah, and that's the answer. It is what I look at whenever I'm sitting in my chair. It's what I smell when I walk by. I can smell dust and, partially burned wood and soot and ashes. And it's just, I just need to give it some love. So once I vacuumed it. Now I'm going to clean it, dry it all down so we don't get it rusting. And then I think what I'm going to do is do just a light dusting of something that's got a little bit of oil in it with maybe a little bit of lavender mixed in for good measure. So that whole area is going to be clean, dust-free more or less, and not smelling horrible. Speaking of lavender, I'll show you this. Let's see here. There we go. That's well, it's actually Grant's rainbow vacuum. Grant's hilarious. Okay, I'm a hoarder, but Grant hoards things in categories. One category, I guess we all must, but one of his categories is rainbow vacuums. I don't know how many rainbow vacuums we have. at least 2 I know that are actually working, and another 2 that have been stashed in the corner of a container, you know, underneath a tarp somewhere or something. The man loves his rainbow vacuums, and I'm glad, because my mom also loved her rainbow vacuum, although I believe she only bought 1 in her lifetime. And I like to put a few drops of lavender oil in the water of my rainbow vacuum, which does freshen things up a little bit, so that's nice. So anyhow, that's the answer as to why I'm not rushing around, because I've got long-term guests coming Sunday. So why am I not rushing around, scrubbing down the bathroom better and, you know, changing the sheets in the guest room and all that right now? No, I have to deal with this thing first, because this thing sort of sets the mood for my whole day. So that's what's up. Look at these little things. They came running up to me this morning, meowing. I think Mama died. I think Mama has died on the road. Oh, look at how pretty this one is. I mean, they're all pretty, but this one's really pretty. Anyhow, so they've decided I'm Mom because I've been feeding them and giving them water. Little tiny things, just barely able to drink water on their own, I think. But, you know, I'll do my best by them, see if I can't find them some homes. Houston, we have liftoff. Our little refrigerator that was not working is now working. The guy who sold it to me came by and added Freon. So the freezer's cooling down. The refrigerator is already cold. I mean, you could put food in there now if you wanted. I have some little scratches on it here and there. Like here's a little scratch. That wasn't a scratch. That was just junk. But over here, there is a scratch, but I have some nail polish coming that will, that I can fill that in with. So, you know, things are coming together. They really are. I'm just very, very happy. Let's see. But I am going to close this up and go do some stuff in the house, and get the bathroom scrubbed down and all of that, and then I'll come back tomorrow and do some more workout. Well, okay, I have a clean corner of my house right there. I did a little bit of vacuuming on the ceiling. I still have quite a bit left to do, but the entire area up over the chairs and right in there, all the way over to the corner there, I did get that vacuumed. It's hard to tell, it's stained. But so my sad little $10 a piece chairs, which desperately need to have their woodwork painted and be recovered, are at least vacuumed. Mystery stain, scary. I'm gonna hope it's chocolate. But yeah, all of this was vacuumed, scrubbed down high, and everything. So we're clean, all back up in there, all back in there. I even washed down my piece of obsidian. And I'm going to leave that old Hollywood Regency looking tissue box cover there. I'm probably going to put some tissue in it. And I cleaned the television. I did get that all clean. So yeah, I believe it's time now to take a little break, maybe make some food for Grant. So that completes a little look-see at what I've been doing. And yeah, I'm just gonna forge ahead and try to finish all this stuff up. And I will come back to you if I have anything else of any great importance to say. In the meantime, you guys have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever time it is you see this, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.